Drop 2 is just taking the second highest note of a particular chord to the lower octave. So for example, let's say we have C sharp major triad like this. So the highest note here is A flat. Then the second highest note is F. So the formula of drop 2 is taking the second highest note to the lower octave. So we're going to take this F to the lower octave, which is this, to get this voicing. So that's simply what a drop 2 is. So if you're going to play stuff, like you can actually take, this is your root, first inversion, then second inversion. So let's say we want to play our major scale using this second inversion, something like this. Sorry. So we can do something like this, drop the second highest note, which is this. So we have, then for this, we drop the second highest note, we'll get same formula applies. Right? Then back to the 1. So instead of using this basic approach, I'm going to be giving you a more advanced way to play drop 2s to spice up your play. So instead of us doing something like this, let me give you this simple melody. Okay, so this is the melody. So let me play the drop 2s and see. So you might be wondering, like, how did you get the melody and how did you get the chords? Now this is what will lead us to our next point, which is, if you want to build your drop 2, you need on a scale of 1 to 2, you need two things. First of all, you need to build your melodies. After you build your melodies, you figure out the chords. Once you've gotten the chords, then you drop the 2s. Now what do I mean by that? From the example we just did now, I came up with a melody. Sorry. So this is the melody. So now the next thing I did, I built my chord. So I can have my 1 chord here. Different chords can actually go, but based on what I want. I mean, you're the one building it, so you build it the way you want it. So this is what I actually wanted. So still the same chord. So we have, so from, okay, let me finish the chord before I drop the 2. So I did, so this is now, then over this next melody, this is the chord I got. So I have, so these are the chords that I got for the, then the next thing I did, I actually dropped the second highest note, which is the drop 2s. So for this, the second highest note is F, so I dropped it here. Then for the next chord, the second highest note is C sharp, so I dropped it. So we have, sorry, I'm adding that grace note to give it a beautiful feel. Then for the next chord, I drop the second highest note, which is this. Sorry, it's actually a minor chord. So this is, so we have, then back to same 1 chord, I drop the 2. Then for this, I drop this. This is the next chord. I dropped the second highest note to the lower octave. So this is the chord. I dropped the second highest note. This is still your F sharp second inversion, but I dropped the second highest note here to the lower octave. Then this is the last, which is still the same 1 chord on key of C sharp. So that's how I built that. So I'm going to be giving you a template you can use to practice on all 12 keys. But before then, I want to show you another way of playing this in a more fuller way. So instead of us just doing, it's not sounding full, it's still very empty. So instead, we can do something like this. Let me take that again. So I added some suspended voicing to it and some tension. I love doing this a lot. If you follow me a lot, you see I do this a lot. So what I did, instead of starting with this, I still kept the melody on top but changed the chordings, the chord voicing on my left hand side. So what I did, my left hand side I had C, C sharp and A flat. Then right hand side I did a grace note. This is C sharp, then the grace note came from F sharp, G to A flat. So we have the melody. I didn't come to the one. Instead of, I just did. Then over this chord, I did this instead. Left hand side, this is B flat, C sharp, and F sharp. Then right hand side, this is A flat, C sharp, and F sharp. So let me take it again from the beginning to this point. Melody again on the F, then I still repeat the same tension chord. You can actually come to make it more full, which is the goal. So for this left hand side, same chord. This is C, C sharp, and A flat. Then on my right hand side, this is E flat, A flat, and E flat. But you can add that slow if you want to beautify it, to make it sound rich. Okay, so melody line on C. The next chord on my left hand side, this is B flat, C sharp, F sharp, and A flat. Then on my right hand side, I have C sharp, F sharp, A flat, and C sharp. Then the last chord, which is supposed to be, so I did, like, I want it to sound full, still following the same approach of drop twos. So you can actually do this, or I think I did something else. What did I do? Okay, I think I just came up with something now, which is also nice. Let me take it from the top. Ah.